Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
Back to talk one of our favorite franchises. It is Love is Blind. This is Love is Blind UK. This is season 2, week 2. That's episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Make sure you like to subscribe here, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, especially here on YouTube. Hit the notification bell when you subscribe. We've done every Love is Blind franchise, every episode each week. You can go back if you've only watched this first as your first Love is Blind thing. You're over in the UK or a US person that saw it pop up. Go watch those shows and you can watch along with us. Like, see if it's kind of cool now because you don't get to discuss it with a lot of people that might be watching something late. That's why we do our breakdowns the way we do. So watch week 1 of one of the seasons and go check our review and be like, see if in real time we felt the same way, because now hindsight years later, a lot of things are going to be different. Brian, I wanted a lot of things to be different about this week is Love is Blind. It was definitely better than week 1. I will give it that for sure. The home weeks usually are good. And we did have I guess you would say, a dramatic breakup and a bunch of one big trope. But I want to get your thoughts first and then I'll dive into the specifics.
Yeah, and as we're watching this back, or as we're watching this, I'm starting to remember what season 1 was like, and the big thing for me is how much nothing happens on the honeymoons. That's why the episode's 30 minutes. Nothing. Again, the U.S. man, there's stuff going on. The mixer is there. Somebody likes somebody else that was there. You know what I mean? There's none of that at all. I was kind of shocked how quickly we just moved on. But then I was like, this happened last season. I'm pretty sure.
What I'm thinking, and obviously, I'd love to talk to, honestly, I'd love to talk to producers and in a friendly manner. I'm not there to go and criticize her, but I'd like to ask them, like you said, Brian, here on UK. Now, obviously, probably a different production team than the US one. Maybe it's the same. I'm not sure. Comment below if you guys know. We didn't look into that, obviously. But did they not feature the honeymoons because they actually did the whole thing and literally just nothing happened of note, and so we're like, well, we might as well not waste space? Or did they structure it to not have as many events? Or even part 3, that question would be, do you base it upon how the pods go? Is that how you decide how many events to book at this thing or how to stretch it out or not? Do you make that call based off the cast? I think that would be really interesting. I would kind of like the third option. Let's see if the pods are good. See if these people are boring. If they're boring, we're going to pull some of the budget out of the honeymoon. We don't think we're getting anything out of this.
Yeah, because I don't think there was any cross contamination of couples.
Mm-mm.
So I guess it wouldn't really matter. I guess the only thing that was in there was the Katisha not picking Demola. That's the only thing that guys were mad about that, and I was like, I don't need to watch dudes be mad at a girl for not picking their friend.
Yeah, well, what was his name?
Who did she end up picking?
Yeah, the dude who. So let's jump into the ending, Brian.
Yeah.
Right, the breakup. So which
So
just let's
she
go over
chose
that.
Javen. I mean, I thought the ending of this actually was pretty good because we got
So did I.
we got a cross couples getting involved and getting in the drama. And I thought that I don't think that's something that we've seen like that where we had an argument like this.
All right, Brian. So obviously, you said we're going to talk specifics. I think everyone probably, especially online from what I've seen, want to talk about the development at the end of the episode, specifically the Javen and Katisha, and more specifically, Javen just being kind of checked out from this relationship and his actions at the club. So they go to the mixer. He's all about Sophie. He's talking to her a ton. Katisha does a pretty good job of hiding it during the party, but when they get back, she's obviously upset. This is a normal trope in Love is Blind. However, she goes to bed. He goes out with everyone who went out afterwards. The part is we don't see this, but then Megan comes to see Katisha and rats him out, saying he was hanging out with Yolanda. He was hanging out with Anu, obviously Sophie. There was a photo booth, Brian. What happened in the photo booth? Obviously nothing that Katisha would like, and Katisha out, Dunzo, sayonara.
I mean, I don't blame her for leaving because I wasn't getting the vibe that even his sister's oh, he's smiling all the time. He didn't look like he gave a shit. He didn't give a shit when he was in the pods. So that's why I think people were like, why did she pick him over to Mola? So again, and also she's like, why didn't she say hey, I don't want you to go out? like she just didn't say anything. Like they don't really know each other.
It's such a chicken or the egg type argument, Brian. And
Yeah,
right now, if you are an actual married person, you better already know that, right? You better have
yeah.
already pre-cleared going out and blah blah blah. But again, these are people that barely know each other. I I thought the mixer was decent. I think again with him, it's like the sister was doing everything she could to scream at Katisha to say without saying that like he's not happy, because what she was saying, she's like, even when he's sad, he'll smile and he's always smiling. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, oh, he had a hard time opening up. And when that question came, that red flag, when she knows he hasn't opened up all the way, should be like, oh, okay, yeah. So this sister's trying to like lay down and help me out here. That like he's not digging it, and obviously not. He flirted with everyone. He's acting aloof. This is not the first time or the last time we'll see this on the show, but I do appreciate that she didn't like sit down for a second convo. Like, F this, dude. See ya.
So we need Sophie to, because she was the one in the photo booth. Apparently, we need her to come on here and confirm what really went down, because like Megan was pretty adamant on what was happening, and even Kieran was backing her up, and he wasn't getting involved. Like he got involved. Like I think like they both weren't yelling at him,
Mhm.
but I thought like he at the end of the argument, like, yo, dude, like that's how a guy talks to a guy. It's like, yo, dude, like you did do this, and he's like, no, 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 no. So I mean, it's just
I I I would suspect that Kieran, based off how the vibes I get from him, they obviously had to like set this combo up. There's no way he wasn't texting already and being like, "Look, dude, like, I'm gonna back her. Like, she's not gonna make up anything. She has no reason. She has nothing against you other than that. And look, you're just you could go all the semantics here, Brian. The dope should have never went. And if he wasn't feeling it, especially like if you were going the next day to go meet her family, I'm not even worried about like the hangover of it. It's just the idea that like if you're not into this, don't like go and like take the flight, do the trip that you're about to do. Just what to keep the stay on the show for another week until the wedding, when it's going to be even worse. And again, I'm really glad that this one didn't get to a wedding, and we
yeah,
didn't think they were going to make it. But I don't
no,
really want to see their crap anymore. His crap.
no. I even just think like just when he was trying to explain his points, like he's like, "Oh, I didn't want to argue, so we went into like we went into a
Bro,
photo
you
booth to
shouldn't be
argue."
arguing with some chick, right?
What do
Like
you and
that's
like
the
what? Yeah,
thing.
what are you arguing about? That's it. Just does, like what you don't even know. You just met. You just saw this person for the first time that day. I know you had conversations with him in the pod, but like, what are you arguing about?
Listen, in most circles, in most places, Brian, guys and girls, you don't have girlfriends, right? Like you're not gonna have like a girlfriend that you're arguing with. So it's definitely someone you're hooking up with, have hooked up with, or there's feelings involved one way or another. So to be like, what could they have been arguing about? If the girl was just coming and yelling at him, he could have just walked away. But you care enough, obviously, to argue, and then you got to be like, why? I'm not even gonna go into the
Because
details.
we also didn't see them having like pod conversation. I don't remember them having like that many pod conversations. That's why like
Yeah.
when they started talking, I was like, this is weird. I thought this was gonna be like Kieran and her talking
Hmm.
because they actually
Hmm.
like were a thing. But like when it went to Jabin, I was like, what is this shit? Like we didn't see anything.
Yeah, there's again. You're asking me, and again, I like mixer drama, but we had like a new that gave enough of like an argument drama that was fine with me there. So I just don't get it there. That's one of these things with this show is that these people know a few days after being with each other, and the ones that stretch it out. Again, I understand it's a TV show, but I'm like, this one's a little more real than others, and I think you don't need to waste people's time.
And the Patrick thing was the Patrick getting yelled at was kind of funny though.
Yeah, so I mean, Patrick, his spleen probably hurts a little bit after that. I I appreciate someone on reality TV, and it's crazy to say this now because it used to be the default, but there's a thing in reality TV now, this phenomenon. I don't know if it's producer push, whatever it is, Brian. That like everyone's got to like a fight's got to end with like people shaking hands or hugging or being like, all right, well, I wish you well. Thank you for the apology. Like, let's move. No, like you could tell somebody to go kick rocks. Like, and that doesn't
Mhm.
happen enough anymore in these dating shows. So I appreciate her energy where like, it's not, she's like, you embarrassed me. I thought you were going to propose. F you, you're ugly. And it's like, yeah, well, and I like, because if he had proposed, she definitely wouldn't think he was ugly. Right. And I just love crap like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's real, exactly what you would do.
She was making fun of his hat, right? Or whatever he was wearing on his
She
head.
said he
Isn't that
just
what she
looked
said?
goofy. He said his outfit was goofy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's
Oh,
just
the do rag.
that
She was making fun of his do rag.
player haters ball right there. That's great. So
Dude, loved her.
and I think that was pretty much it because like even the like Sophie Kieran stuff. I mean, he apologized to her, and I think that was just that was over and done with. But other than that, I don't think there's anything besides like Katisha, Javen, Sophie stuff.
No, we're gonna get both episodes. Are we gonna get like a Friday, Sunday? Did it tell us, Brian? Or are we just getting both?
I don't know, man. I finished this at like seven
Yeah, I'm
thirty.
not really
So
sure either, actually.
well,
But
we got to talk about the food.
well, yeah, that was what
Oh,
I was
I
moving
thought you
on
were
to.
rapping. I thought you were
No, no,
rapping.
no, no, no.
Okay.
So that was pillar one.
Okay.
Pillar two of this episode, everyone, is it's kind of like a constant, a cardinal, a canon event in every season of Love Is Blind, especially in the USA. If you UKers do not watch that, there's always some fitness loser or some dude who always shames skinny chicks about what they eat. And the fight this guy wanted to put up in the stupid I I hate Brian, there are very few things in the world I hate more than people that become these nutrition things and all of a sudden they go, "Oh my god, look how much sugar." It's like, shut the F up. You ate that stuff your whole life. You're fine. There are people that eat healthy and they die young. There are people that literally smoke, chain smoke, and eat nothing but garbage their whole life. They live till they're 100. I hate calorie shaming. I hate food shaming. And again, and that dude, and it sucks that his name's Billy, but he's this hardo
You think about that.
military F boy ginger. And I'm sorry, but if you're watching, that's how you're presenting yourself. So, like, great. Like, I support the troops, but I'm sure as hell thinking the troops don't want you to friggin' body shame everybody.
I didn't even realize. I didn't even put two and two together that you both have the same name.
Yeah, sucks, dude.
I just shows how much show TV we watch. It doesn't, like the names don't even phase me until I have to like actually say it out loud. But like to me, it's like what he's like. I'm like what? What? You don't look like a fitness dude to me. So when he's like, you
Listen,
can't have a piece. Let her eat your
Listen,
fucking
he
cake.
looks fine. I mean, he's not yoked, right? He's probably guy could probably go run like a fucking. Oh, God, I did so good this whole episode. Damn it.
Nah, I mean, nobody cares.
Of not you can go run a marathon or go do ABC, but like again, like whatever. But to stop preaching at people, like I hate that. It's so. The people I respect are the people that work out, do things, and they never ever try to give advice or shame people or throw it in people's faces. Just go work out, like.
And it's not like she's going in there and like getting 20 cakes. Like it's you know what I mean. Like she's not like eating McDonald's 2 out of 3 meals a day. She's just like I just want to have a cake at the house. Like that's like it's to me it's completely normal. I just
The
would you rather do
disgust.
crack? Would you like
No, yeah,
would
well,
you
that's what
care
I'm
that you know what I
saying.
mean? Like there's way worse things she could do than eat a slice of cake.
The disdain on his face when she was
Can't
talking
do
about
it.
how she sometimes after like a real long day and wants to just like dig into some snacks. It was like
Yeah.
it petrified him, dude. He was so nervous and so worried. And again, this is what I understand. Like if this were technically if Love Is Blind, if their real purpose was to matchmake people, they would never bring people like him on this show, right? Because you need not particular people. You need people who aren't single because they're dickheads and super picky. You need people that have just been unlucky in love, right? There's a lot of people you and I both know, everyone watching here knows in real life that are awesome people that like in all intents and purposes if life was fair should have been married and have their perfect person years ago, but they don't, right? But
Mhm.
most of these people end up coming on when you could figure out in like 5 seconds, you're like, oh, that's why you're not married, dude. You're an asshole. You're picky about this. You're a hypocrite. Like you're a racist, you're this, you're that, right? Like, but
Mhm.
but obviously that we cast people, and I always this is the part of the season where I always feel bad for the women, and it's 90 times, 9 out of 10 times the women on this show who end up being the innocent bystanders of intentional bad casting.
It's your namesake, dude.
Listen, that's why I know that, like, and I know, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, we have had people that are like produced and are like people on shows and cast members that we're friends with, and like they don't ever tell us we're wrong, right? Like, they don't want to be like the ones that give away the secrets, but it's like the intentional bad casting is tough. That's why, listen, here's the part of every podcast Brian and I do. We start waxing poetic about old reality TV, but like they didn't cast the real world to have it be shitty. They just cast like the 7 most interesting people, right? They didn't try to pit people against like the Teal Tequila, the Rock of Loves, the Flavor Flavs. They just cast a bunch of crazy people and said, go for it, right? There wasn't like, let's try to scheme and have a check off a box of A, B, C, and D. They just went for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but here we are, right? Now I'm checking to make sure there's like 17 stuffed animals in with that kid right now. That's what I need after watching this. We'll be back next week. We don't know if it's finale. We're assuming it's going to be either both episodes on Friday or sometimes they do like a Friday, Sunday. Either way, we're back 1 or 2 more times. If there's a reunion, I don't think they did one for UK last year.
I think they did. It just wasn't. It was just okay.
Okay, so we'll be back. Put it this way, guys. If there's a Love Is Blind episode, there's a Netflix something, we're here. So just like I said, hit the notification bell. You won't miss us. Comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree. But until next week, for myself and Brian, thank you so much for watching. Peace.